So I took part in this game jam, and the theme of this game jam was virus, and the special object was balloon. So I had an idea that to make an on-rails shooter where you have to kill zombies by shooting the balloons on them. These balloons are like specially infected or something like that. And recently the remake of House of the Dead 2 came out, and people are not really liking it much. So I thought, why not make my own version and see if I can like it or not. So I started off by using this as a reference, this system over here. I had to make changes in it for making it work for me. And I imported some other things from the asset store, like these balloons and effects, flooded grounds. This is a very popular asset, I guess. And then this anime shader. And I also used a couple of sounds for the shotgun from this kit, not the complete version of it though. And then the artist bro made few 3D models. This is one of them. It's like a kappa but skeleton of it, but it's very bland and it's kind of mixing in the environment at the moment. So using the shader, we made him look a bit more vibrant, I guess. We have this outline in here and then this gradient that is happening. It's a really cool shader. I got it in a humble bundle when I was a few years ago, basically. And then we added some armature in it, arms and all those kind of things, and the balloons are added to it. So the balloons are basically fixed to the bones over here. It has this bone damage receiver with some health and some particle effects and things like that. And then the enemy over here will go through all the hitboxes, and then based on the values our designer bro has set, it will randomly set some health, and it will add hitboxes to it based on the minimum and maximum values of the things that has been set. I'll show you over here. So it's it's like a integer but with some special powers basically to randomly generate or do other things with it if needed. And then it'll just go through and set it up for us. We have other things that determine the behavior of the enemies, like stopping distance, time to attack, damage dealt, and things like that. And similarly we added more enemies like this big head over here, and we have this zombie girl over here which has been used. There are few unused elements also, like this old lady and this dude over here, things like that. We didn't have enough time to implement like all of them, so yeah. And also we wanted to implement a big bad guy over here, but again due to lack of time we were not able to implement him. So that is about the enemies. And then let's talk about guns. So I found this really cool handgun with animations, idle, walk and things like that, shoot, reload, by these people. Really nice. So I imported that in and then also added the same shader to it. So that's about that. The camera kind of followed where we looked, but I didn't want it in this manner. I wanted it in more like the traditional way of how these things were done. So instead of moving the camera with the look, we just move the gun with the and where the cursor is looking at the moment, at the crosshair basically. So this allows us to basically direct in a way where we want to look, and like this. So the camera is fixed and the gun is following the cursor. So this is what we did to make sure that it feels much more like those arcade games. Then I implemented the animations for the gun. As you can see, this was the shooting and the reloading. This is the shooting. And reloading animation. So, but I didn't really like the feel of it in a way. I just wanted to make few changes in it. And I added a bit of recoil and sway in it. So now when we see, so the gun feels much more better to move around and shoot. I also added this particle effects, as you can see, and along with that we also added the sound. It gives a much more and it's a loud sound. And the reload animation a bit fixed. I manually made it look like we just exit the frame and then re-enter along with playing the animation. So yeah, another thing that we added in it was these shells over here. On each shot they are ejected, and when we reload they come back. So cool little ammo indication over here. The way this is done is it's quite easy actually. We have this ammo shell which has this animation in it, and then there's the idle animation, there's the reloading animation where it comes back, and the shooting animation where it goes away. And we have this animator, idle to shoot, shoot to reload, reload to idle. So let's talk about the rail system now. So the rails are basically these nodes from start to end of the level, and along with that we have certain things that the designer can set, whether the player should run towards the next section, and if it's a shooting section, if there are any enemies connected to this section like this one, and where the player should look at. So based on that the player has been navigated actually. So as you can see, it moves from one node to another. They come and attack us. So the player actually has a nav mesh agent on it, and this is the base first person controller that you get in standard assets from Unity. This is just being used for the head bobbing and playing the footsteps sounds. The rail movement is actually controlled over here, where we are just setting the next destination of the nav mesh agent and setting up other properties that's required at a particular node. There was supposed to be an update system, a checkpoint system, but again I ran out of time and then we were not able to implement it. That's how the system just works. It's quite a simple system actually. And then let's talk about the level design. It's done by the designer bro. As you can see, he covered the complete floor for it. It's made in 2 days, so we were not able to play test it much. It's just that we come from one area to another area and we have to shoot the enemies. The main idea is that you go over here, and then based on the nodes, you look over here, you shoot them, you go to the next node and they shoot other people. There were supposed to be 2 levels of the game, and this is a level that we were not able to put in the game. This was supposed to be the first level actually, where we have to go through the whole area and destroy some enemies, but it's a bit laggy, it's a bit buggy actually. We need to do a bit of playtesting and fix this, so that's why we were not able to put this in the game. But yeah, that's about that. We also plan to have another section, like a chase section, where the zombie will chase you and you have to shoot them down. But then again, due to the lack of time, we were not able to upload it, complete it. So that's the game. The game is live on it at the moment. You can try it out, or I recommend you to download it and play it for better performance. And you can leave your feedback and tell me if I should continue working on it, and would you like to see a complete version of this game. And if you like to continue supporting me, then please subscribe. I guess it will help me. Thank you for stopping by, and have a nice day. Bye bye.